and get relief today. Let's solve your tax problems now. Visit taxhelput.com. That's taxhelput.com.
KSL News Time is 8:39. Let's get a look now at emergency triple team traffic brought to you by Mountain America's 3% balance transfer bonus. And back over to you, Andy.
Well, if you're at the south end of the valley, the delays continue from Point of the Mountain all the way through 90th South before you get some relief. There's a little bit of delay waiting at about 53rd South and some stop and go if you're going all the way into downtown right after the 201 I-80 freeway. Bangerter and Redwood Road both backed up at 6200 South, but Bangerter's also got delays approaching 104th for almost a mile. Eric?
Several cars still over on the shoulder. This is eastbound I-80 through the mountains, right at that East Canyon exit, just past the exit ramp itself. That's where all of those cars are, so be careful going around. There's kind of a blind turn, so you won't be able to see those vehicles until you're right on it. I-15 in Utah County, that's looking good right now, but Redwood Road slow for folks trying to find an alternative because once you reach Point of the Mountain on the freeway, that's when things slow down. So Redwood is starting to slow down itself, northbound approaching 2100 North. Heather?
We've got some police activity southbound I-15 right near the Kaysville Ponds. Looks like a UHP pulled someone over on the left shoulder, and that has slowed everybody down, and it's backed up a bit to almost to Layton Parkway. But once you get past there, you're back to speed into downtown Salt Lake. You'll just have to contend with some leftover congestion on US 89 between Antelope Drive and Oak Hills Drive. Heather Kelly in the KSL Traffic Center.
Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the night. Beautiful day so far. Let's see what the rest of the day holds with Grant.
Well, we had some of those snow showers last night, of course, yesterday morning, but we are pretty quiet here today. It's a little chilly side, clear skies early, and we'll get lots of sunshine today. High temperature is going to stay a little below the average, right around 40 degrees. More the same tomorrow, sunshine at 41. I'm Grant Wayman, KSL Weather Center.
Right now in Salt Lake City, still 24 degrees.
Former National Security Advisor John Bolton is speaking in public for the first time since the impeachment trial. And you'll want to hear what he has to say. That's coming up in just a moment here on KSL News Radio.
Stay with us at 102.7 FM and 1160 AM. This is Utah's news station.
This portion of the news is sponsored by the UACPA. The Utah Association of CPAs, and Bryce Rother is with us in studio. He's a CPA with Haney and Company, and we've been talking about, is it better to itemize or take the standard deduction on taxes in light of the new law? How do we make that decision, Bryce?
Yeah, so it really boils down to the more you can deduct, the less you'll pay in taxes. So if you can deduct more with a standard deduction, then you'll be able to pay less in taxes. Or if you can deduct more with itemized, then you'll pay less. So you just choose whichever provides the better benefit.
Mm-hmm. And it's a tricky equation, and that's why it's so important to have this relationship that we always talk about with a CPA that you've used for years. They know they know your life. They know what your tax records were last year and what they're likely to be this year. It makes a huge difference.
That's right.
So what about the considerations of itemizing, things like the rules and so on?
Yeah, so if you itemize, it's important to understand that some of the rules are a little more technical. The tax return will generally take more time, and you also need to substantiate those deductions that you itemize. So you need to have some kind of third-party substantiation of those deductions that you take.
Right.
Important to know the limitations, too, on some of the things in the past. Like you were telling us, this medical percentage changed from 7.5 to 10%, which in my mind, and I'm not good at this, but then for you to continue to have that as an advantage, you'd either have to make less money or have more medical deductions this year. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. So in 2019, it was a 7.5% of your AGI, and it goes up to 10% in 2020. So if you have medical costs that you want to deduct, then it's 7.5 in 19.
And CPAs have good strategies for maximizing itemized deductions.
Yeah, one strategy is to bundle or bunch your charitable contributions. So you can control when you pay your donations. And so if you bunch your donations and maybe you double them in 1 year and then don't take any in the next year, you'll increase your itemized deductions for 1 year, and then the next year you just take the standard deduction.
Smart.
Yeah. And so the first question you ought to be asking this year, itemize or not itemize? Look, go to uacpa.org to find a CPA that's right for you. Get the most out of your income tax preparation when you hire a CPA. That's uacpa.org.
Listen to KSL News Radio on Monday for tax tips from the Utah Association of CPAs.
People all over Utah are losing weight with Skinny Utah. Tamara lost 32 pounds. Terry lost 35. Diane lost 27. And Dane lost an amazing 50